Welcome back to your latest industry recap. We've got a few big headlines today. A major Airbus order confirmed, an encouraging update from Boeing on the 787 program, and, unfortunately, an airline shutdown. Let's start there. Just a few years after launching, Air Japan, operated by will officially shut down as part of a wider restructuring effort within the ANA group. The airline announced the move during its latest quarterly results, confirming that it's reshaping its multi-brand strategy to improve profitability and competitiveness for the years ahead. According to ANA, recent changes in its business environment have made a reorganization of operations necessary. As part of this plan, Air Japan flights will be suspended in early 2026, marking the end of the carrier's short but ambitious run. The final flights will take place at the end of March 2026, covering its three current routes. The last, Narita-Seoul and Narita-Bangkok services, will operate on March 28th, while the Narita-Singapore flight will return to Tokyo the following morning, on March 29th, just in time for the start of the northern summer schedule, and the end of a very brief chapter in ANA's history. Moving forward, ANA will revert to a dual-brand model, with all Nippon Airways remaining the group's full service. Airline and Aviation continuing as the low-cost carrier, effectively removing the hybrid segment that Air Japan was designed to fill. Air Japan officially launched in early 2023, operating Boeing 787 Dreamliners, transferred from ANA's mainline fleet. The aircraft were reconfigured into a high-density layout with 324 all-economy seats, making them among the most tightly packed 787s in the world. The airline focused on medium-haul international routes, featuring unique uniforms and branding that set it apart from both ANA and Beach. The concept followed the trend across Asia of major carriers launching hybrid or budget-focused subsidiaries, a strategy ANA had hoped would strengthen its reach in the region. Unfortunately, the experiment didn't last. On a personal note, I actually flew with Air Japan shortly after they launched. The experience was fantastic overall, though I have to say, those leather seats in 35-degree heat weren't exactly forgiving at first. Still, it's sad to see them go so soon. The reintegration is set to be completed by March next year. Now, let's turn to Airbus, which has just locked in a major deal. A provisional order for 100 aircraft has been converted into a firm contract by VietJet, the fast-growing Vietnamese low-cost carrier. The agreement, first announced in June, covers 100 Airbus A321neo jets, bringing VietJet's total orders for the A320neo family to 280 aircraft. A significant step in the airline's ongoing fleet expansion and modernization strategy. VietJet described the order not just as a purchase, but as a symbol of trust in Airbus and their shared commitment to sustainable global connectivity. The A321neo continues to be a powerhouse for Airbus, offering improved efficiency, range, and capacity over the base model. With derivatives like the LR-NX, LR airlines have more flexibility than ever before, extending the aircraft's reach and making it a leader in the single-aisle market. To date, the A321neo family has logged over 7,000 orders, making up a huge share of Airbus's current backlog, with production ramp-ups planned in the coming years. It's clear the A321neo will remain the backbone of Airbus's success for quite some time. And finally, to Boeing, where there's some encouraging progress on the 787 Dreamliner program. The company announced during its third quarter results that it's moving forward with increased production at its South Carolina facility. Monthly output has now stabilized at 7 aircraft per month, a positive sign after several years of turbulence and supply chain setbacks. Boeing plans to continue ramping up production in the coming years, but says this will depend on maintaining that stability. The manufacturer has committed a $1 billion investment into its North Charleston site, a move expected to create around 500 new jobs over 5 years and further modernize the plant. If all goes to plan, Boeing aims to raise production to 8 aircraft per month by the end of 2025, with a long-term goal of eventually reaching 14 units per month, and potentially even 16, which would be a record for the 787 line and surpass pre-pandemic levels. There's still plenty of work ahead, but it's clear Boeing is determined to get the Dreamliner program back to full strength. That's all for today's industry update. What are your thoughts on ANA's decision to shut down Air Japan, or Boeing's plans to boost Dreamliner output? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks as always for your continued support here on the channel. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.